What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we will have CWall join us to talk everything Commanders. And I heard from a little birdie that she took a trip up north to go visit the flock themselves. She went to see the Baltimore Ravens. So we'll find out a little intel ahead of our scrimmage. We will talk about the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. NBA season coming to an end with a win by the Denver Nuggets. We'll look in on the baseball season. We'll check in on that with Sid and Ant and find out how everything is going that way. Y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to get right into it. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Yeah.
First String Podcast. Yeah. True Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First String Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests. Join us. You should chime in. Trudini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Aunt Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million, bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle bow. Yeah.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this. And give us a good thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. Now, we got a lot to get into on today's episodes, right? So what we're going to do is, first things first, I got to type something up. But I want to give you guys a little programming note, okay? We got today's episode, which is going on right now, and we have Thursday's episode. This is Father's Day weekend. Not only that, but it's Said's birthday weekend. So I'm going to put Said's Cash App in there. I would like for everyone to send Said 1 penny in a Cash App. I'm gonna put it up here for y'all. So let's bring them in right now. Said, how you doing, man? It's a big weekend for you.
Hey, you should have told it ahead of time.
It's a big weekend for you, right?
I already had it in my little list up here. I done moved you Blink 71 out the way. And throw the old Cash App over there.
Oh, there's the old Cash App. Go ahead and send Said a penny on the Cash App. Just hey, show him that you care. Hit him with a penny in the old Cash App. Say that's too small. Listen. I do like the way that you bring our next co-host in. It's pretty funny. I like it. You call her the sunshine. I call her HR. Let's get Lady A in here. How are you doing?
Can I mail Said my penny?
It's gonna cost you more to mail him a penny. But yeah, go ahead.
It won't get here by Saturday.
Your show won't. It won't get here by Saturday.
Oh my goodness. Thank
Hold on. What is it? That's not the Cash App, is it? That's not what I have.
That's not his Cash App.
That's not his Cash App. I don't worry.
What you talking about? That's not your Cash App. That's your Twitter.
That's what I said. I said if I'd known ahead of time, I would have took my Twitter down.
Oh, don't
you
worry
can
about
still
it.
do it.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I got this. I got this.
Okay. You got this. Okay.
I got this. Listen, hold on. Listen, technology is great, right?
And you said a penny, not even $1.
No.
It's okay, Said.
All right. What am I doing?
No, listen to what Lady A said, so you can do
Hey, Said, would that be it right there?
Oh, what I clicked on.
Is that Said's Cash App?
Go ahead, hit Said with the nice Cash App right there.
Questions.
Hey,
I'm a Lady A. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer.
I'm just saying.
Let's say what's up to everybody. Let's. Oh yeah, I know. Let's say what's up to everybody. Yeah, I know.
My where it came from was that when we first started gaming, my dad's name was One Kush, and then my brother was Two Kush, then I was Three Kush, then my other brother had some little random name. So I just never got rid of it. I just continued to use it because we was smashing. That's when we was smashing cats real hard.
That's what they usually do after Kush.
Do what?
I'm just saying.
They usually smash. Okay, listen.
It just I just had questions. That's all.
Hey, so the reason that Cash App is up there so y'all can hit Sid with the penny Cash App for his birthday. Let him know you care. All right, hit him with the penny Cash App. All right.
Hey, every penny counts.
Every penny counts. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Bruce Glass is here.
Bruce.
Okay. John in the chat. He said Bruce is always first. He said, I think Bruce get up and put it in there, but we found out from Cal that they would take it down if it's too early.
Right.
Droop's in the building. Hawk, Big Nuggets win.
What?
He did his thing, and then
hey Hawk.
What do we say?
Too ready for that.
The Nuggets did their thing.
Just started.
It is.
I was concerned.
Hey, Lady A, I got no glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I know my man has a.
So, hello, John, and he said that I would like to begin this evening's proceedings by saying that I'm currently in the morning. I guess he's in morning. As rugby ATL is out of the playoffs. So it's up to the Commanders and the Georgia Bulldogs to redeem his 2023 fandom.
All right. And Lady A said, not the proceedings. She said, not the proceedings.
I'm just saying. Proceedings sound like court.
I'm just keeping it official. Metaphors in the building as well.
They're metaphors.
Hey. What John say?
We asked some questions.
All right,
but
so let's get that.
Oh wait, John said that $1 is the minimum.
Okay, so we gotta send Sid $1. Everybody, Joe said a little birthday love.
Said, don't y'all waste my time with a penny.
Cash App said $1. Why is my mama calling during the show?
Mom?
Say.
Well, we don't know why mama calling, but we're gonna continue on what's going on so far. And to take it on to the next level, as we wait on our guests to come in, Miss CWall is a little bit late, but she'll be here. We're gonna have to talk about the world champion Denver Nuggets.
Well,
I say it again. The world champion Denver Nuggets.
It's a good thing that our guest just arrived, so we ain't got to talk about that just yet. Okay,
we gonna talk about it.
We are gonna talk about it, but we ain't got to talk about it just yet. Listen, I know y'all know y'all about to gang up on me. Listen, let me please introduce for the first time here on First String Podcast with this title, CWall, the founder and CEO of Bowie TV, president and chairwoman. Welcome back to the program, ma'am. How are you?
All right. We need a clapping sound.
Yeah, we do. Don't worry about it. I'm investing in that too. So yeah, we need the song with the beats and everything. Yeah, no, Ant's running late. That's all. Ant is running late. So CWall, you see that right? This is a big weekend for us because it's Father's Day weekend. And then that's Said's Cash App. So we're asking everybody to say $1 for his birthday and for Father's Day, right? But
happy birthday.
Right. And we want to wish your father as well a happy Father's Day because I know Mama Walla and Papa Walla will be in the chat. And if I don't do that, then I'm gonna get a whole I'm gonna get a whole fine from HR down there. So
man,
I will make sure that he heard it. If he misses it somehow, I'll make sure.
Okay.
Well, I'll surprise Say, watch this. Yeah.
Right. So we had a little fun here while we was waiting on you. But you've been busy the past couple of weeks, and even today, I saw that you posted that you were up at the Ravens camp.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I was not there. No, look, you're hearing it here first, folks. So yes, Bowie Television is absolutely now covering the Baltimore Ravens as well as the Washington Commanders. I will not be the primary person though for the Ravens. I'll be sending some of my teammates, some of my other colleagues. We're partnering, with Bowie TV. So I'm gonna keep that on the wraps for now. One of them everyone knows, right? Darrell Owens.
Yes.
When I don't have Darrell with me with the Commanders, he is absolutely holding down with the Ravens. But we're trying to figure out who's doing what. But because of my responsibilities at Bowie TV, I cannot do more.
Understood.
So, I mean, I will be at the joint practices for facts on top of facts, right? But up there at Owens Mills, but I won't be the primary reporter. I mean, I'll know what's going on. I'll be in the know for certain. And like I said, Bowie TV, we all in the mix. So, but in terms of me, Commanders.
Yes.
Basically, Commanders.
Let's talk Commanders right now. They finished their mandatory mini camp. They canceled today's OTA, right? They just had a little classroom, a little workout, go home and enjoy the next 6 weeks. How did they look since they started doing the OTAs and before the mini camps?
I'm looking at my rosters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. They looked great. Yeah. I mean, I was calling I don't know why I'm doing this, because training camp more so feels like the last day of school for me. It's like this whole last day of school vibe. But everything was so intense during OTAs. That day, last Thursday, was like the last day of school. I was like, man, listen, if I'm tired, they tired in a good way. Let me be clear, because I don't want anyone to assume that me talking about the tiredness makes it like they were gassed. It's not that. They were practicing, right? Mm-hmm. And so when Coach Rivera at the end of the presser, I don't know if you all, I hope it didn't come up on the live, on the Commanders live. I didn't hear it on the Bowie Television video, but on the live, when Coach said at the end, did y'all hear that part at the end where he was sharing, okay, we're practicing next Thursday, so we will be here. And I was in the background. I was like, what?
Yes.
What? Oh no. And I was like, oh, is everything still on in here? And so then when everything was off, because I was on that side with, Coach comes in and I was like, Coach, are you for real? I said, at this point, I feel like I'm practicing. This is a lot, man.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a jersey with a number yet?
I was laughing. I said, I just said what everybody was thinking. This is a lot, everybody. What in the world?
Yeah.
He was like, and he laughed. He thought it was funny, but he was like, we got to practice.
We still practicing.
They weren't. I was like, all right.
Woo. I mean, it's a change, but hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's a big change.
So I understand that it looks like a professional practice now. There's just not things happening that used to happen in the Commanders / Washington football team / Redskins practices.
That's facts. I mean, someone asked on one of my posts, they were like, so what's going on? And I'm like, a professional NFL team is practicing.
Yep.
This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. I mean, we used to see glimpses here and there, right? Since I've been on site. And I've been on site since the Jay Gruden time, right? So you would see glimpses of it here and there, glimpses, like, whoa, But to be able to say in May and in June, this is okay. Let's
right.
get through it. It was good. It was really, really good. I shared on my show last week. I said, you know what? I don't like to tell people to get excited or whatever, but hey, Commanders fans, I think this is time. You've earned it. You've stuck around for all of this. The sale is going to happen very soon, and just be happy. Be happy. Things are starting to really look like a professional football team.
Yep.
All right. So since you led into this, you sort of led me into my next question, and then I'm gonna pass the baton a little bit.
Mhm.
All right. So you talked about the sale and you talk about the new ownership. There's a decision that has to be made coming up really soon about who's going to be on Hard Knocks. I understand that the Jets are giving pushback, Chicago's giving pushback, New Orleans giving pushback. That sort of leaves just the Commanders. Are you ready to be on Hard Knocks?
I mean, I'm not ready to be on Hard Knocks because I am in my own little world out there, and I really would like to not be on Hard Knocks. And sometimes I get a little way too into it, watching and paying attention to what's going on, and I might look down at my phone, and here comes the football. So I don't want that type of stuff being seen on Hard Knocks. That's all I'm gonna
say. I mean, could you give me a reason? I would like reasons why they should be on Hard Knocks, and then give me reasons why they should not be on Hard Knocks.
Reasons why they should. I mean, all people don't like this, and I had to grow into it as well. All publicity is good publicity, right? And the Commanders are a hot topic right now because of Eric Bieniemy, because they are finally sold, and there would be reason to believe that there might be some more even excitement or synergy around just showcasing the team that has gone, and a fan base that has gone through so much, over these last 20, 25 years. So there's definitely a good reason, because like I said, it will be a lot of hype going into the new season for all of the things, for all of the reasons, and because there has been a change in how things operate around there in a good way. So why not? So I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to journalism. If you all say I'm kind of quiet online, I try, but Facebook is kind of like I deal with the Facebook crowd. I don't do as much with the Twitter crowd, but I'm more of a traditionalist, if you will, when it comes to sharing what's happening in practice, right? Because sometimes you can kind of get close to the line of sharing a little bit too much information, which may present a competitive advantage for your opponents.
Right.
If you watch some teams, not all teams media give the play-by-play and give the details of what's happening in practice. They really
right.
don't. So because this is such a big year, a part of me is like, keep it a secret until
until you got to show it.
You got to show it. Like, keep it all a secret. I can see it going either way. I can definitely see it going either way. I would not be upset if it was, if they were featured on Hard Knocks, but I would still probably say I prefer that they would not be. But I could totally see if they were.
Right. Say it.
I mean, I can understand what you're saying. Either way, especially with Bieniemy coming in and establishing a new offense, you don't want nobody to find out until they have to face it. you don't want them to have to see it until they have to see it.
Right.
But then on the other side, for those of us who are fans, of our particular team, I'm a Falcons fan, so I can't say Washington, but anyway, of our particular team, we want to see what's going on during practice as we transition on to the regular season. So you're right. I can see it both ways. I can understand watching that both
ways. Lady A?
Well, I've talked about this before on here. We've had this discussion, and I'm gonna double down. I understand the desire for the Washington Commanders to be on Hard Knocks. You have a team that has shown drama. We've had so much drama, and that is made for TV. Like, honestly, where this team has been just in the past couple years is made for TV. It's people want to know, what are they doing now? Even if they're not actual football fans and they're just tapping into the drama. Well, what's going on with them now? What's happening with the coach? What's happening with the ownership? So they're gonna tune in. We're in everyone's mouths. They're just talking. Okay. Is it a good thing? It is, to a degree. I do agree with Candy and said, and I do feel like we don't want to show them anything. And Candy, I'm sorry I did not catch you at OTAs. I was there and I saw you from afar, but I missed you.
Oh no. I was at every. Yeah, I was. Some days I was out of it a couple of days though. But
the sun was hot. OTA, what I heard.
When fans come to OTAs, they ask them, "Don't record, don't do this, don't do that," to protect, the gameplay, to protect what they're practicing and different things that they're doing. So you did all that just to have Hard Knocks come in with cameras to show everyone. So I do see it on both ends. But I think that it would be good because
the fan
we're on an upward trend, we're trending upward.
Yep. I think that would probably be like one of the things that they would talk about is how we've been roaming in a desert for so long, and now a desert. We've been in a desert, right? And now
okay, no man. Okay.
we need some buble, right? And now we have somebody to show us where the water is so we can all rehydrate and feel better. I want to ask you about this. I talked to Karita Parks about Chase Young and Montez competing. So that's not where I want to go. I want to talk about the guys behind them. I want to talk about one of our draft picks, KJ Henry. Did I say his name right? KJ Henry. Right. How did he look? How is he performing? A late round pick. He should be able to come in and spell those guys early. That's usually when you rotate them through during the hot summer months of September and things like that. That's when they probably get his most time. How was he looking in the OTAs and the minicamp? Of course, we know they got no pads on.
Right. So he was looking good. I mean, he was looking really solid, but he was definitely looking like a rookie, right? Compared to with no pads on and compared to Chase and Montez. All right. So they ready. All right. So yeah, KJ looks great. Totally solid. Think you're gonna see him get some burn for sure on like special teams and of course from a depth perspective, but the bar has already been set so high by your Chase Young and your Montez that you didn't really pay attention. You understand what I'm saying? Now, KJ was definitely making an impact. I mean, you saw 55, right? Yeah. So he's in the mix. He's catching on. You can tell he's in his playbook. But I absolutely want to be abundantly clear that Chase and Montez have set a tone at that position for certain. And they've said it early.
And that's just in a couple of practices because they missed pretty much all of the voluntary portions of OTAs. And so
they were fine.
Everyone thinks that these guys are not working, but they're actually working.
Yeah.
Like we said with Karita, they're in competition with each other as well because there's only one contract that's going to be given out. I mean, the other person's probably going to hit the bricks, which brings me to my next question. All right. So let's say that these guys absolutely their hard work is paying off behind closed doors. The trade deadline should be somewhere around Halloween. All right. I'm gonna pose this scenario to you. And then I would, I'm guessing I can get an answer here. You have Chase Young with let's say 4 forced fumbles, right? 4 forced fumbles, sitting at about 7 sacks. Montez Sweat is sitting at a lot of tackles for loss, maybe 2 forced fumbles, and sitting right behind him, 1 less sack. Would you trade one of them, because you can't sign both of them? Would you trade one of them or keep them for the duration of the season and lose them for nothing? What are you gonna do?
I would keep them for the duration of the season, and the reason why what I've learned is that this is win now. If I lose you, I lose you. I would never have to wonder about what if. Right? There's no. I would never have to say what if I would have just kept the D line together. You never have to do that. So you're taking the chance, and it depends on what you're looking like. It depends on what your record is. Now, yeah, statistically, that all looks good. But hey, if we got a winning record, if things are looking up, then no, I'm keeping them. Right? Now, if we losing, maybe I would consider it. But I always remember Coach Rivera saying one of his biggest regrets in Carolina was not keeping the D-line together. He let him let him go too soon. And I've never forgotten that he said that. This is the year, and Daron Payne acknowledged this in his presser. And I said it, it made me smile during his presser, because Daron Payne he's just a player of little words, right? He doesn't say much, but he got his contract. He's locked in. He's smiling. He was really, really happy to be out there. So the energy was great. But what he said was, they understand sometimes they start out the season bad, right? And then they get better as the season goes on, but they understand they got to start out fast. They got to start out up front. And if the season goes as they expect, with everybody remaining fully healthy, I'm not splitting those guys up at all. I'm going to see where this thing goes. We're going to ride this thing out. I wouldn't dare. Now, if they're losing, then of course consider it. But if not, keep them.
I think Metaphor hit it. He says keep both, then sign one, franchise one. I think Metaphor was playing that game. What's that game? where you have 3 choices and you know what I'm talking about? Oh, I'll tell you about it off air. I don't even want to say it on air. Right. Everybody's with me. Okay, everybody's tracking. Okay, let's ask you about the one concern that I know I have. I know that Sid has brought it up a million times. Yes, Metaphor, but I'm not putting that up.
Right.
Right. All right. The offensive line. I understand that Leno wasn't there for OTAs and everything like that. He's back for mandatories. The left guard seems to be the real problem here. And then we're not sure about the right guard. Do we have any solutions? How is that going to play out? Is that something you're going to be watching during when we get to training camp?
You mean Sadiq Charles, Sam Cosmi on him? Okay, so
Chris Paul,
right? So Sadiq, I'm anticipating a really good year from Sadiq. I think Sadiq has dealt with some injuries, so we have not really seen him thrive. Let's be for real, we haven't seen him thrive, but I've seen him putting in a lot more work. It's just the energy is different on that offensive line. It's hard to tell when they're not in pads. It's also hard to tell when you got the front 7 you dealing with over there on the defense. It's just difficult. And so I'm just being honest, right? Because that's what I'm going to be. But what I will say is I was already seeing how much faster the O-line is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, these guys are strong and they can roll. Like they can get down the field. It was a couple times, and we rarely see it, where the running backs got the ball, or AG goes out in space, or one of the receivers goes and gets the ball, and the O linemen are blocking and letting them roll down the field. That's something we don't see in Commanders games, not with anybody wearing burgundy and gold. Okay, let's just be for real. We don't see that. Yeah. So those were the things that I started to pay attention to. Like, what are they doing differently? Of course, in the Eric Bieniemy offense, where they're showing where they've gotten better or how they've gotten better. You have offensive linemen who are not only showing strength, but they're also showing speed. So, while yes, I still need to see more from the offensive line, and I also feel pretty confident about what the improvements will be over time as we go into the season, because we know that Eric Bieniemy is an offensive coordinator that understands the importance of protecting the quarterback and understands how thankless the job of an offensive lineman is. But your offensive line breaks down, your play break down. So
right.
And see, and it's kind of a good thing they are facing your defensive line. Because even though we know it's your defensive line, if they're unable to guard your defensive line, you know what one of the problem spots is. Because this is an NFL, it's a copycat league. If they find out this tackle can't face a speed rusher, guess what they're gonna see every week? A speed rusher.
Yep.
So it's actually a good thing, you know. So I'm interested to see, because one, y'all play us. That's one.
Oh, that's why you want us on Hard Knocks. That's why he trying to get intel.
Them in Atlanta. So
we owe payback from last year. But anyway, no, but all jokes aside, but for real though, because that was one of the things I even complained about when we went to the game in Houston.
Yep.
You know, I've never seen grown men get two-step in person. You know, that's not supposed to happen. And for them to continue to use that same person, it was questions for me.
Yeah.
But if Bieniemy and the new offensive line coach had to go in the right direction, I mean, we don't have pads on, but still the idea of what they're supposed to be doing, then it's gonna be something to see.
Get that footwork ready.
Because that was a kill for them last year. I'm sorry.
I want to say this though. I noticed in OTAs watching Coach Bieniemy, and I talked about this on the show. Watching him with this team, you can tell his expectations are much higher.
Oh, yeah.
And truthfully, even just getting to the line of scrimmage, it was different. He's like, get to the line of scrimmage. Like, why are you walking? You know, like you're not walking anywhere. They're running everywhere that they go. And that is
nice.
a factor to me. Like that was something that I'm looking like, oh, okay, I see you, you know. So I think that to Candy's point, with them showing that they're stronger, faster, they're living up to that expectation. That's what they're trying to do. So I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, that was one of the things for real, Lady A, that I was like, everything's moving so fast.
Yep.
Right. I mean, Eric Bieniemy is not tolerating anything slow.
Yep.
Get in the huddle, get out the huddle, like you said, get to the line of scrimmage, get off the field, get on the field. He's not doing all this little slow walking, lackadaisical chilling. And I don't know which day you were out there. I mean, they running.
Yeah.
They are working.
Yep.
Hey, let's hope that they stay in shape during these 6 weeks off.
I don't think they have a choice. I think to Lady A's point, Coach Bieniemy has been very clear. And Jahan has said it several times. He demands excellence.
Yep.
Everywhere. He said, now, is he yelling all the time? Yeah, when we're outside, but inside he knows how to turn it down. He knows how to shift, and he knows how to educate based on who he's talking to. But he demands excellence everywhere. And it's obvious. It's very obvious. I see these guys, they're different. They are different. And they are absolutely different. And I, you know, it was even cool to hear Benjamin St. Juste say in his presser that sometimes they go out there, and I mean, the defense is killing it right now, right? But he's like, sometimes they go out there and they do something, they be like, oh, whoa, we didn't expect that. So even they are seeing and feeling the effects of EB. EB has changed that entire atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's gonna nope. I'm not gonna go there. I'll save that for in season. That's a question I'm gonna store in my memory bank for in season.
Yes.
Here. So we have Dawn in the building. Okay. I told you that I need you to put your thinking cap on. So Dawn comes with us the first Saturday of every month, and he gave us this great question, and we said we're going to ask all of our guests this question. This is why I told you to put your thinking cap on. Also, Dawn's a Bowie High alum as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the question that you have to get ready to answer is this. Watch her face. We would like your top 5 NFL players, regardless of position.
Of all time.
Of all time. Your top 5 NFL players of all time, regardless of position.
Let me write this down. How long I got? Deion Sanders is one. That's just straight.
Deion Sanders. That's one.
Deion Sanders, Sean Taylor, facts on top of facts. It's 2.
Okay.
Deion Sanders, Sean Taylor, Tom Brady.
Okay. Tom Brady, little new school too.
Tom Brady's absolutely one of my favorite NFL players. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. He is. So I got 2 more.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a hard question.
It's a great question.
You know, I love it. Cause see, I'm a swag kind of person. I like people with swag that are like really, really good. I like really smart players.
Right.
You know, players with swag. Can't tell them they're not the best and will beat you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Ray Lewis.
Oh, okay.
1 second, please. You know, people still. I know I'm gonna, because you said only. Okay, I'm writing them down.
Regardless of position, it's okay.
Y'all see, I'm a defense person. Y'all ain't picked that up.
I've noticed you got one offensive player on this so far.
You know what? I'm gonna give y'all might be shocked by this one, but he is one of my favorite players. I shouldn't even say this out loud. It's probably a conflict of interest of some sort, but
it happens.
Here we are. Actually, one of my favorite players. I can't say these aren't my top 5 though. These are the 5 I'm thinking of. Right. Okay. But Deion and Sean absolutely in time.
Okay.
But Ray Lewis is on my favorite list, but I don't think he's my top 5. I have to sit here and think. The last one I'll give y'all is Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham is absolutely one of my favorite players.
Well, she did say she liked people with swag. He has a whole swag bag. So, so I give that to you.
It's a very loud personality.
I like
very,
loud,
very loud
personality people. They're
right.
To me. That's why I really like Gucci B. I'm like, man. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you mine. I'm gonna give you mine, and then everyone else can share theirs as well, because we've done this since the beginning of the month. So mine was Walter Payton, Ronnie Lott, Walter Payton, Ronnie Lott, Gary Clark. Who am I missing? Said Barry Sanders. And then my last one, it's just in my head right now. It's been a long day. I'll get back to you. Say it. You got yours ready?
Mine was Lester Hayes, Megatron, Calvin Johnson, Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, and what was my other one?
See, we answered this question already. Yeah,
right.
Doug Williams. That's what it was. Doug Williams.
Doug, yeah,
it was Big Doug. Thank you, metaphor. John Abraham says. Yep. Lady A.
I do not remember mine. Oh, I had Walter Payton, just like you.
Yep.
I had Joe Montana. Jim Brown.
Of course.
Lawrence Taylor. Who was my fifth? Oh, Jerry Rice. That was my fifth one.
See,
That's another big personality right there.
Ants list, can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it had a lot of Cowboys on it.
Oh
No, no, Ants list was really good. Ants list was really good. Jim Brown, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Barry Sanders. Yeah, man, this question has been really good to us. We really appreciate it. Don blessing us with that question on the first Saturday of the month, which we wait for his next one in July. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go to the NBA. All right, so let's go to the NBA, and the Wizards real fast had a change at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you thought of those guys.
You know, let me first start by saying, while I wholeheartedly believe there was a case for Tommy Shepard to get fired, I didn't think he was going to get fired at all. You know, I'm glad I had my laptop with me while I was out there. Like, I was in shock, like, whoa, because Wizards end of season interviews. I mean, Tommy kicked it off. He did. I mean, it was business as usual. Caps season ended. Regular season ended later that week. The Caps head coach got fired immediately. And then we're talking like a whole nother week, right? And some change. And Tommy Shepard gets fired. It's like, whoa. Okay, Ted was paying attention. Ted is bad. I mean, I had come up with all kinds of theories. I'm like, Ted was probably like, "What's your plan?" And if trading Bradley Beal ain't in it, then you need to leave. Get out of here. And so, there's a lot of money wrapped up in that. Just saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like the new leadership. Absolutely. I like them as people so far. I like, of course, their experience is speaks for itself. I think what everyone needs to be paying attention to are the teams that they've come from in the past that they what has happened with those teams, right? These are teams that don't really, other than like the Clippers, but even the OKC days, or even from like Cleveland at some point. I mean, these are teams that are like draft pick heavy. They're draft heavy. So I expect to see a change perhaps from that perspective in drafting, but it's still, while I think it will result in the Wizards charting a new path and culture of being potentially maybe a staple in the playoffs going forward, right? They're going to have to make some tough decisions early about what to do with their current current roster. So it's going to be interesting, and it's an opportunity. I wrote a piece about, Ted Leonsis, whether folks realize it or not, he has such an opportunity to lead the transformation of DC sports going forward. This move is probably one of the biggest things. The new Caps, whoever, who would ever be leading the Caps. Of course, we know Mystics are in season. Whatever ends up happening with the Nats ownership, and whatever relationship he builds with the new Commanders owners, it's him. Ted Leonsis has a lot of the cards, I believe, I feel, in how this goes for the city going forward, because two of his teams have gotten championship rings.
Right.
So this was big. I don't think people really realize how big Ted firing Tommy Shepard, how big that was. That was huge.
Yeah.
means you were paying attention. Maybe not as quickly as everybody needed you to, but you were absolutely paying attention, and you were absolutely irritated that half of your team that you done got rid of in the last year. You got 4 former Wizards that are now champions.
Yep.
As of last night, I know that irritated his.
I would have been mad too. I was mad as a fan.
Like between 3,
actually 5, because there's a coach.
Well, there's
a coach, Ryan Saunders.
And then the front office is ridiculous too. I heard that the front office runs deep with Wizards assistants and things like that.
So you just check the whole team.
So one of your draft picks and 3 free agents that have come through there, as well as the support system and coaching staff and front office staff. I know it burned him up, but I'm gonna tell you what I think really burned him up. I think Rui Hachimura having the success that he had with the Los Angeles Lakers was probably what made him shake the table, because he was probably like, what in the world? Where is everybody? Wait a minute, what's been happening?
I'm so happy you said that.
And he probably, okay, bye, Tommy. Bye. And everybody has to remember that Tommy was the Ernie Grunfeld's assistant. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't as if Ted really had a search going on. So it was more of the same.
Yes.
Honestly, I mean, they're going to lay out the red carpet in this press conference and they're going to do all this and people are wild. And I'm like, let's be for real. They're going to lay out the red carpet and they're going to have all the bells and whistles for this event, because Ted Leonsis has not done this for the Wizards in 20 years. Not for this position.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So this was big. This was a lot bigger than people think, and give Ted Leonsis credit for it. He got sick and tired.
Yeah.
And he made a solid change.
So all right. Forget my in-season question. I'm asking it now. All right. I'm just going to switch you back to the NFL for a second. Yeah, with the new ownership, and we saw that Mr. Harris, right? He fired Doc Rivers for the way that they left the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we get off to everyone is saying, I'm not saying it. I'm just going to say they are, because no one can really point out they. We get off to a 2-0 start, and then we go on a 4-game losing streak. Will Mr. Harris drop the hammer on Sir Rivera and move Eric Bieniemy into the big office?
I think it's already set up for some type of move of some sort to happen anyway. I mean, not necessarily a fire move. Might just be a more managerial, supervisory position move, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think they're already kind of structured to do that if results don't pan out. I will say this though. I mean, they got to win at least a playoff game, because this has been, whether people want to believe it or not. Let me tell you the truth. This is Ron Rivera's team.
That's right.
The drafting, which hasn't been bad, which has actually been pretty daggone good, if you really want to be for real.
Yeah, but he keeps calling out one of his own drafted players every chance he gets and rolling them under the bus, backing the bus up on him.
Right. So this is his team. And you really, like I said, you got to look at some of those draft picks. You got to look at they aren't bad, but between the way you drafted and the coaching staff that you have chosen, if it doesn't result in playoff wins, people
you got to change it up.
The reality, though, is, again, here's another truth. They love Ron Rivera. They do. They absolutely, in real life, do. Yes, I've even been critical, but I like Ron a lot. I really do like Ron. But does that always mean liking somebody? Does that always result in wins?
No.
In playoffs, absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
So it becomes a touchy subject, because this team that Ron has created and this culture he has created, which was what he was supposed to do.
His job.
Real life, what his job was, he has accomplished.
Yep.
Yes, we all want wins. We want Super Bowls, playoff wins, NFC championships, all those things. But that was not his job. His job was to change the culture of the football team, and he did.
I hate to say this. But Tony Dungy did the same thing in Tampa, and then John Gruden came in and put him over the top.
Exactly.
So
he won the Super Bowl with the team that Tony Dungy created.
Right.
So that's facts. So it becomes now, what do you do as new owners? Do you set the precedence almost of an Eric Bieniemy, and it's like, hey man, I know y'all like Ron, and he's a cool guy, but it's not equaling to what we want to see and what we want to do. So he's got to go. Everybody will get over it by tomorrow.
Yep.
He might, or they might say, hey, we just coming in. We got bigger fish to fry because we got to figure out what we're going to do with the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's something that everybody needs to be paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why you see the intensity. Everybody knows they know he on the clock.
Yep. All right.
That's not nothing new. I can see the action. And Lady A, you were out there. You can see the change in the atmosphere.
Yep.
He's well aware.
All it takes is one coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's jump back to the NBA. All right. Last night the Denver Nuggets finished off the Miami Heat. This is what Ant was supposed to absolutely celebrate, but since he's not here, hey,
you petty.
No. Because actually, you know, the Denver Nuggets did their thing. I think they were literally just too big for the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, you have to congratulate the Heat for as far as they made it with the team that they made it there with.
Yeah.
And then the Denver Nuggets, the question that I have for y'all, for everyone here is this a repeatable thing? I think that as long as those top two guys stay healthy, they're a problem for anybody. The NBA, I don't think is ready for it. I don't see you pulling a big man away from the rim that far, and then he's able to be a point center and somebody defend that. Everybody's going to go back and study it and all that stuff, but you got to be super big. So I don't know. I think this is a repeatable thing. As long as they're 1 and 2, as long as Murray and Joker stay healthy, I think that they are back in the finals again next year. See,
I mean, they've set a standard for certain, right? It was like when Steph Curry, when everybody wanted to start shooting threes and everybody wanted to be Steph Curry. So now everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody want to go half court and shoot a three, right? That's the kind of player that, Nikola is, right? But based on his size and his skill set, that's unheard of, right? It's truly unheard of. And then couple that with Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, what an incredible story.
Right.
What underrated player. People wrote him off. People forgot about him. Let's be for real. Everybody ain't paying attention to Denver all throughout the regular season. They're not. They're just not, because it's Denver. So, I mean, no real players, no big names, right? We're not
right.
It's not, you might hear somebody talk about the Joker, but then it's like, okay, goes away.
Right.
They're definitely not talking about Jamal Murray.
Nope. He thought he was going to get cut. He thought they were going to cut him or trade him when he had his knee injury.
Yep. And they stuck with him.
Yep.
And he came back, and the boy, he looks like he's never been hurt. And it was just, you could see it. You could see it. I know once I started really paying attention to them, right, toward the end of the regular season, I'm like, oh, they play beautiful basketball. They play basketball like the old Spurs. It's beautiful. It's like I'm a sports person, okay? I'm about to totally go sports wild on y'all. I'll be like, she's crazy. Listen, it's like watching a movie. The coaching, the staff, and if you ever hear folks talk about the techniques that the developmental staff and the assistant coaches use to just get them in lockstep to play with each other and to learn each other's movements and all that stuff. It's beautiful, the techniques that they use to just understand each other's body language on the court. And it showed. Nobody was going to beat them.
Mm-mm.
We knew that at the beginning of the thing. Nobody in the West could beat them. Everybody stays healthy. It's Denver. Easy. And they got Nikola, and like you said, Jamal Murray, what they were able to do in this year, they wanted to win a championship, and they showed up like they wanted to win a championship more games than not. And we see the reality. They've set a standard. They have definitely set a standard, as has their coaching staff. They deserve every single bit of that championship.
Nikola Jokic, what he did in the playoffs is just the first time. I don't understand how a lot of people are like, he's okay. He put on one of the best performances ever in the playoffs with the amount of points, rebounds, and assists.
Yep.
1, 1, 1, and 1 in all three categories. So I don't understand how people try to discredit the Joker.
No.
Say it. Is this repeatable?
It is. It's if they don't get hurt, they have the ability to do just that. Porter Jr. He's going to have to be better though. He was
he had a bad finals. He had a bad final
to break out, and he struggled. He struggled mightily. But they had other pieces to make up for him. Even him being out of there, and struggling. So when they pulled him out of there, they brought somebody in off the bench, which was Brown, and Brown showed up to play. Him in them green tennis shoes. Hey, I'm ready.
Yeah.
A lot of energy. He had a lot of energy.
Yeah, but it was those crucial baskets he put in, those crucial rebounds he did. Actually, he really did. They were timely. So yes, I think if they can keep this team together, they absolutely have a chance to repeat, to get back
Lady
to where they were.
I'm gonna ask Ant. I think I know why Ant is saying no, because that means that Dallas is not in the championship game, and I think that's where Ant's heart is at. But Lady A,
they didn't even make the playoffs.
he said they got Draymond coming. They're gonna fix
Oh.
that problem.
Well, I think that this was definitely a sleeper team, which got them to this point. They were a sleeper team. Problem with the sleeper team is that people wake up. They start to notice you. They're going to play you tougher than they did last year, because look at what you did. You snuck up on everybody and you took the whole thing. With that said, I think that they're still going to be a contender. You can't take that away from them. Whether they actually win a championship next season, who knows? But I think that they will be a contender. People are going to actually now look out for them. They're going to start studying them a little more. They're not going to take them so lightly, because the whole league is looking sideways right now because a sleeper team came through and took the whole thing. So I think that they're making waves. They're changing some things. They're switching it up. We didn't have the same old team winning.
Right.
Yeah, he did. I figured that's what Ant was talking about, but Pick took it and ran the other direction.
I did. I went the other direction.
Metaphor, when I'm saying as far as sneaking up on people at the beginning of the season, if I would have told you that Denver was going to win the championship, you would have told me no.
Right.
Well, everyone said Golden State. Everyone was yelling Golden State. Everyone was yelling Boston Celtics. Right?
Nobody was yelling Denver.
Yeah, it's like what I say. It was the popular names. They don't have. They didn't really have a popular name. They didn't have a household name. You ain't gonna go out and see a whole bunch of Jokic jerseys and Murray jerseys. You might now, but any day of the week, you're gonna see a Durant jersey, a Curry jersey, a Tatum jersey, of course, James jersey. They just didn't have the popular name. That's all. And sometimes we just all, because I do it too, we all gravitate to the popular name or what they going
Right.
to do. As soon as the trade was made for Durant in Phoenix, oh my God, KD gonna be down there with Chris Paul and with Devin Booker. Kyrie gonna be in Dallas. Ooh, nobody's paying attention to Denver. And to everybody's point, though, Denver been doing this whole season long. Right? But nobody's talking about them because it's just not selling records. That's my way of saying it. It's not, it's not selling records. It's not, but look what happened. But I love that though, because it keeps, to me, it keeps the validity of sports competition.
Yeah.
Everybody can join up with whoever they want to join up with. Denver didn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to ask another question, and thank you
real
for
quick,
helping me. Okay, go.
Shout out to Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Yes.
University of Georgia.
KCP. I knew you was going, hey, former Wizard.
Yep.
Traded my guy. And
former Georgia Bulldog.
Ish too.
From PG
Yeah,
County.
H. Smith. I love it when he played.
You not missing out none of them players. Bulldog.
I had to shout them out. As former Wizards, I covered those guys. KCP and Ish got traded in they sleep. They woke up, was like, oh, we gotta go to Denver. Oh, we got traded. Yeah, y'all did.
And Bryant went over too. Bryant left in 2022 as well.
Yep. Now they're champions a year later. So that's what's up.
So crazy. You just stated the fact is, like, it's not a destination spot or anything like that. So now let's talk about Jimmy Butler, aka Hemi Buckets. Right? Hey, listen, I have to. Yes, Ant was correct. He said Jimmy gets him there, and then he's tired and he doesn't have any help. Absolutely, Ant, you're absolutely correct. Y'all hear this, right? I know you was probably going to clip it off.
You said it. You said it's recorded.
It's recorded. It's right here for us.
You said it was right.
Is there anyone that wants to go and play with the guy that will give his soul to win a championship? Who do you guys think could help Jimmy get over the hurdle?
Damian Lillard.
He should have. You know what? He should have been left.
Damian Lillard.
At this point, he reminds me of Megatron. He had the opportunity to leave, and he stayed anyway.
That loyalty will get you on it.
Loyalty will get you. Just quit. Hey, said, why won't Megatron?
Dude, I'm telling you, I just knew Megatron was going to leave Detroit. I just knew it. I had money on him leaving.
Damian Lillard, that him, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Buckets with the mid range.
Yeah,
that
does do something different for that team.
Yeah, I rewinded because it was on the TV. I rewinded like the last 10 minutes, like the last 8 minutes of the game, and Strus had a wide open three that he missed. Hey, you got to show up when it really counts. Yeah, it is what it is.
The Golden Knights are leading 2-0 after one. Our NHL coverage could come to an end too. Bruce Glasses just kept us up to date here, saying that the Golden Knights are up 2-0 on the Panthers. They look like they want to raise a cup tonight, so there will be more celebrating. There will be more.
Lady A, I'm taking the high road.
Wait.
I told y'all I don't like Vegas. I don't. But I knew they were going to win this.
Lady A also didn't like the way. Let me say this the right way.
Pause.
Right, I'm waiting.
She wants Zion to teach Ja how to shoot up the club.
No, I did not say that. Don't you put that on me. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm not taking the bait. I'm not gonna take the bait today. I'm not gonna do it. Do not put that on me.
Okay. Wow. Any other names to go to Miami?
That jokes.
Any other names to go to Miami to help out Jimmy Buckets?
How about
Damian Lillard? I like that one.
Like I'm with Sid. Jimmy just need to go.
You can't even say
people
Brad Bill.
to
You can't say Brad Bill because that's just terrible. I think Brad Bill could be the next sixth man of the year.
They got a shooter. I mean,
Kyrie.
Just like Golden State, you gotta have a shooter.
Yeah.
You gotta have a shooter. That way, if one man is off, the other man is on. The thing that hurt Miami down the stretch was those guys were missing wide open shots. I'm not talking about contested shots. I'm talking about I'm throwing the ball back out to you, the top of the rim. You standing by yourself, and it was like boink. Vincent was 0 for 7 in one game. You can't miss that and contend for a championship. They got to find a shooter. That's what I think.
Here comes trouble.
And they got
there he is.
I'm sorry,
Here comes trouble.
I done brought down the whole aesthetic with my look now. I'm just there's a long work day. But I can't stand no more from this dude pick, man. He's assassinating my character. Okay?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Okay. Now, come on now, Jimmy. Was I right or was I right about Jimmy?
I just said
right.
that.
Now, my office hours are from.
Oh,
my office hours are from. Okay, that's up. Okay, thank you, Denver. Denver did what I said. Hey, said what you said. I told you. What I tell you at the first game they won. They ain't gonna win another game. He said. They ain't gonna win another game. Guess what, buddy? I was correct.
I did. I said 6.
Hey, I don't want nothing. I just want to hop on here to gloat. I still ain't made it home yet, but I'll be enjoying from the background. I just have to step on here and let y'all know. I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say hey to CWall. It's good to see you in person.
Stop making her blush.
He come on. I feel here come trouble.
Yeah, here come trouble.
Man. And I don't even know what y'all was saying because I had to pull over to drive, but pull over to hop on here. But I'll leave y'all to it. I'm gonna go back to watching.
Wait, and
hold on.
What's going on?
Hey, listen, Scott Turner didn't pull the trigger on the track team last year, okay? Scott Turner did not pull the trigger on the track team last year. Y'all definitely getting smoked this year.
Oh,
I wonder whenever I go back on First Street, I'm gonna make sure. I'm like, Scott Turner ain't had a heart. He didn't have the heart. But Eric Bieniemy, he coming for your throat.
Yeah, that's true.
He letting them boys loose.
Hey,
go with the football.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I had to wake back up.
Look.
That's the only person I would trash the team.
You Commanders fans. You guys slay me. You slay me. Okay, listen. Let's worry about getting Grandpa Joe out of there. Okay, maybe he'll forget to activate Sam or something, and then you guys will be in even worse trouble. Okay,
hey,
just calm down here. Nobody's now. We got us another dog on the other side now. You know that, right?
They don't care.
Okay, I'm just saying. Ain't like y'all just killed us in y'all receiving core like ever. So let's just calm down here, okay?
And that's the truth. They didn't have a quarterback that could throw that far.
That's true.
So how much stock are you really putting in that last game of the season? Does anything that you say have to do with that?
No.
Okay. No, she said Scott Turner did not let them run. That's true.
No, I got you on that, but I was wondering if it almost was like, okay, what Sam did, what the Cowboys didn't do was kind of like, maybe you were saying like that was a prerequisite to we're going to be in trouble.
I'm saying that Eric Bieniemy is utilizing the speed of his receivers.
Yep.
Accordingly. That's what
these two up here were talking about all this energy and all this. They're not walking in practice. That stuff means nothing. I just want to let's be clear on that, right?
Hey, CWall, you coming down for Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hook this up. We're gonna have you over to the house to feed you real good.
On Wednesday, I'm gonna come.
Yeah. We'll have to have you over. Feed you real good so you can talk stuff to Aunt face to face.
Be there for sure.
All right. So sounds like say it.
But
You gonna be
we're
cooking?
gonna hook that up. I will definitely link up with First String Thanksgiving Eve for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you coming down, Lady?
I sure am.
Okay.
Doing that roasting,
Wait.
huh?
Say it gonna be doing everything. Say it can cook everything.
He said everything.
Look.
Look at Aunt.
Man.
All right.
Oh Lord.
Hey, listen.
Well,
While Ant's still here, we're gonna while Ant is still here, we are going to thank CWall for coming on. And we want to thank each and every person for being in the chat with us today and hanging out with us. It was a short topics. We want to make sure you guys can get back to the NHL game and things like that. It's a short day. Don't forget to hit Said's Cash App with $1. All right, there's Said's Cash App right there. Wish him a happy birthday. For all First Strings podcasts, all of our birthdays are coming up, so y'all should get these dollars ready for us. Said, we did cover everything, right?
Nope.
What did we miss? Say it.
right?
Who what?
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball. Okay, Ant said this is Ant says topic that he was supposed to give us an update. Major League Baseball.
You want me to do it, Ant? You want since you
no,
want...
Ant wants to go first.
I forgot.
I'm gonna go ahead and go.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, CWall. All right. So here's the thing. This is the only thing that gives me pause for concern for my team. In baseball, that according to the rankings, one is above us and one is beneath us. The one beneath us is the Atlanta Braves, by the way. We're ranked the number 2 team in baseball according to the stats, and then the Tampa Bay Rays, or whatever their name is these days, they're number 1, right? We've lost those series to both those teams. Not saying that they weren't hard fought, but I would have loved to come away taking 2 or 3 versus losing 2 or 3 to those teams. Since the news of Jacob deGrom going to not even going to the 60-day DL, he's out now. He's scratched with a Tommy John. He needs Tommy John surgery. When he played, he was effective, but he wasn't good for longer than about 5 innings. So now we are shuffling up. We're shuffling up the rotation to see if we can get some consistency and get a new order to what we're doing. News for today: they just brought up their number 1 prospect, which is a pitcher. So they're going to work him in and see how that goes. But the offense is still doing what the offense does. We're currently up on the Angels right now, and I don't know, man. I'm still hopeful, but this is going to be a telltale sign going into the All-Star break to see how they finish, as well as what are we going to do to upgrade that rotation? Are we going to go get somebody for relief, or do we go make a move to get a starting pitcher? So those are the things that I'm kind of thinking about right now. What did Metaphor say?
Metaphor just hit Said with $1 in his Cash App.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
To follow up on what Ant was saying here, we actually aren't behind the Braves. We're 5th. We lost 2 in a row. In the last 2 games, we lost 2 in a row. So we're first in the National League, but we're 4th. I'm sorry, we're 2nd in the National League, and we're 4th overall out of all the NBA Major League Baseball teams, behind Tampa, Baltimore, the Rangers, and who was the other one? Arizona Diamondbacks. But we tend to get hot on the back end of the schedule as well. So we haven't made it to halfway point, and we are not 10, 11 games behind. That should make the rest of the NBA. No, why I say NBA? The rest of Major League Baseball worry about where the Braves are at this point. They are notorious for being a second half team to make that run, to get hot. We were already swinging the bats hot. If anybody paid attention. Our thing is we've had some pitchers give up a lot of runs lately. But with the changes they made to Major League Baseball this year, it's made a lot of these games competitive. There's no more waiting and stalling. You got to get them and throw that ball, or we're gonna put somebody on base, which they've done a few times this year already. That third ball, hey, you too long to throw the ball, take your base, which is good for baseball. The time is down as well. It's still until we make it to the second half of the schedule. The Tampa Bay Rays, is the team to catch. They started hot, slowed down a little bit, but they're still hot right now. So they still got a lot of monsters to contend with out in their own league. So hey, it is what it is at this point. We'll make our adjustments down the schedule just like everybody else, and we'll do our thing.
All right. So that's our Major League Baseball update from the the Texas Rangers point of view and the Atlanta Braves point of view. Lady A, we in rebuild mode, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's where we're gonna stay right now. We just gonna stay. We'll get there with y'all. We gonna catch up real fast. Thank you all for tuning in to the First String Podcast tonight, man. Do us a favor and hit that Cash App for Sid for his birthday. Hit him with $1. That's dollars. That's the money sound 3, and then the word 3 spelled out in Kush. All right, CHUS. Hit that man with $1. Yeah, and it's like, wait. He's like, yeah, that's a little suspect. We know, Ant. We know. Yep.
I had questions.
Yeah, we all do. 3 Kush. 3 Kush, right? Yeah. That's we all got questions. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force, First String Podcast, second to none. Say it.
Go Dogs.
Hold on, say it. That's not right. That's not right. Hold on. Say it. I forgot to tell you. Hold on, Ant. Hold on.
You good? My bad.
Hold on.
He said, "Don't go nowhere, Ant."
I ain't going nowhere.
I forgot to tell you. Hey, listen, and I'm telling you right here in front of everybody. Yo, my guy Sid is amazing. I wasn't feeling well on Saturday. Called Sid, and he was like, "We got you, bro." I really appreciate that. Thanks for being number 2 on this joint, man. For real.
Oh, anytime.
All right. Happy Father's Day, Ant.
Thank you, brother.
Happy Father's Day, Sid.
Happy Father's
And
Day,
we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all again on Thursday. We're off on Saturday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. Tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Also, if you do tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast, that's a good thing. Because when we give away our copy of Madden 24, you will find out why that's a great thing. All right, Sid, let's do it. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell him, say it.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Ready for your beats? All right, faster than the person.